everybody, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are going to be doing another update of Washington Dulles International Airport, and in today's update we are going to be doing an evening update. We have quite a few domestic airlines that keep their aircraft here overnight, like Delta for example, and then we have a couple others. We also have a bunch of international carriers that are operating later into the evening, a few different arrivals, and one very interesting one that we will get to at the end. With that, I think we're going to start off where we usually do, down here at Concourse B. So starting off here, we have this Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft is going to be heading out to San Francisco in California. This should be a 737 MAX 9. I had this issue in the last update as well. I would love to get an Alaska 737 MAX 9 and a MAX 8 while I'm there. You know, I might as well get one even though they haven't operated into the DC area yet. Maybe they will in the future, I'm not sure. But the MAX 9s fly a lot into Washington Dulles, so I would like to get one of them. They're currently flying, I believe, to Seattle, Los Angeles, and San Francisco, and then we get the Dash 800 over to San Diego, and those are the 4 Alaska routes we have. But yeah, this Alaska 737-900 is going to be heading out to San Francisco. Next up here, we have the only American Eagle service here at Washington Dulles. We have this American Eagle CRJ-700. This is going to be operating flights out to Charlotte in North Carolina. This is usually operated on a Dash 900. I don't have a Dash 900, so I'm using the Dash 700. But yeah, these Charlotte services are rapid. They're basically shuttle services. And this will be the last one operating this evening. Next over here with Delta, like I mentioned at the start, Delta fly a lot of aircraft into Washington Dulles, and they then overnight them here, and then they depart early in the morning out to their respective destinations. The first one here we have is this Delta Boeing 737-800. This aircraft has just arrived in from Salt Lake City in Utah, and of course is going to be heading back out there in the morning. Next up here we have this Delta Connection Embraer E175. This aircraft has just arrived in from Minneapolis in Minnesota, and of course is going to be heading back out there in the morning. We then have this Delta Boeing 717. This has arrived in from Detroit in Michigan, and again of course it's going to be heading back out there in the morning. And then finally here for Delta we have this Delta Airbus A319. This aircraft has arrived in from Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson in Georgia, and it's going to be heading back out there in the morning. Then last but not least, for the domestic aircraft, we have this Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800. Again, this will also be overnighting here at Washington Dulles before heading out to Denver, Colorado in the morning. Next, moving on to the internationals about to depart, we have this British Airways Boeing 777-200ER. This aircraft is going to be heading out to London Heathrow in the UK. After that, here we have this Air France Airbus A350-900. While Air France have flown the A350 into Dulles before, they are currently using the 787 on their late night flights. I don't currently have an Air France 787, so I'm just using this A350 instead. But this aircraft is going to be heading out to Paris Charles de Gaulle in France. Next we have another London bound aircraft. We have this Virgin Atlantic Boeing 787-9. This aircraft is going to be heading out to London Heathrow in the UK. Virgin Atlantic are of course still using the 787s on this route. I was hoping it would be kind of cool to see the A330-900 here. I don't believe we've had one of them yet here at Dulles, because of course originally we had the A330-300 operating this flight, and now it's been moved to the 787. So of course we are not getting the Dash 900s for the A330, which is kind of a shame, but oh well, it's still the 787 is kind of a cool aircraft. And also ever since the pandemic, Virgin Atlantic have shifted their time. They used to be like a late afternoon, early evening airline, and now they're a late evening airline operating with the second daily British Airways flights, when before the pandemic they used to operate with the first daily British Airways flight. After that, here we have this Royal Air Maroc Boeing 787-8. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Casablanca in Morocco. Next up here we have this Etihad Boeing 787-9 heading out to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Then switching sides here, we have this Qatar Boeing 777-300ER in the One World color scheme. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Doha in Qatar. Qatar. And then last but not least, for the terminal section, here we have this Turkish Boeing 777-300ER. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Istanbul in Turkey. Turkish have used both the 787s and the A350s recently, but they have actually started flying the 777s occasionally into Washington Dulles again, which is really good because this is a new model for me and I really wanted to include this in some Dulles updates. And then before heading over to the runway, we have the cargo section. So here we have this UPS Boeing 767-300. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Louisville in Kentucky. And then we have this FedEx Boeing 767-300 heading out to Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Next, just taxiing out to the runway, we have this United Boeing 757-200. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Edinburgh in the UK. And then last but not least, here on the runway, we have the big guy. We have the Lufthansa Airbus A380. This aircraft is going to be heading out to Munich in Germany. And I'm recording this quite a bit before this is set to go up. So as of recording this, Lufthansa haven't sent their A380 to Dulles yet. I'm unaware whether as by time you're seeing this, whether Lufthansa will have sent the A380, but they are scheduled to start A380 service into Washington Dulles from Munich, which I think is really cool. The A380 is the last wide-body Lufthansa needs to send into Washington Dulles before we've had all of them. I'm saying that though, I don't think we've had the 787 yet, but that is a rather new aircraft, so give it time and I'm sure we will get to the Lufthansa 787 here at Washington Dulles. And yeah, that does conclude today's update of Washington Dulles International Airport. I hope you enjoyed, and with that, I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.